Yeah, go ahead and talk to her on the
Well,
camera.
how can you do that?
I'm filming you.
Have you got the phone for her?
No, I'm filming you.
What?
I'm taping you. Make a message to Mary Jane.
Oh, okay. For Mary Jane? I, okay, for Mary Jane.
You're reading her letter.
Oh, Mary Jane, you write a little better than I do, but at least you could use the computer part of the time, and I can't. And I heard that I heard that you had gone down there, and I'm hoping to get out of here very soon, Wednesday,
Wednesday, you're going to come home?
and go home. And then I'll be going home on BG's birthday, and I won't get to see BG because BG is clear away from where I am.
And so is Buck, and so is Mary Jane.
Yeah, that's right. All the people are a long ways away. And of course, you heard that Margaret died, and so that ends Margaret and Sydney and Ruth Tronwood and all of my friends and Kitty. They're all gone. I'm just the only one left of that group.
And Ruth Brandon's still around.
Yeah, but Ruth Brandon is still around.
We'll go see her.
Yeah, Ruth is 3 years older than I am.
She's doing pretty good.
She is. And today on television, I saw that the last survivor of Pearl Harbor is still alive. He's 104 years old, and he's still alive.
There's only one survivor?
The one survivor of the Pearl Harbor incident, not the war, but the Pearl Harbor.
Really?
Yeah.
There's got to be more than one.
Of the Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, 1941.
Pearl Harbor? That just about wiped out everybody. Don't you remember what happened at Pearl Harbor? They bombed everything, destroyed everything. Those are the so-and-sos that put us into the war.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that because I heard of it.
You remember?
Of course I remember. I remember because I almost remember where I was when I heard it. I think I was at work at the time.
No, it was Sunday morning.
Oh, it was Sunday morning. Oh, that's right. Oh, I know. I was riding around with some kids from Marysville. We were riding around. They heard the news on the television, and one guy was very upset because one of his friends was over in that area. And of course, I didn't know where the heck Pearl Harbor was. I didn't know whether Pearl Harbor, it could have been any place. It took me a long time before I figured out it was near where it was.
Yep.
And of course, I had to pretend like I knew, but I didn't. I was young then. I was about 18, 19 years old.
Yep.
So you see, I've got so many memories that I just wish I could bring them out and put them on paper.
We should. All right, that's enough.
That's enough.
Say goodbye to Mary Jane.
Goodbye, Mary Jane.
Tell her thank you for writing.
And how BG was born? Do you ever hear about this story? No, Daddy was going over to France for a reunion for the Civil War. I mean the World War I. And Mother knew she was pregnant, and she told me, she says, I just sat down and howled. But Granny came and stayed with her. And Ernest had just finished delivering something by team, and he came home and he says, I'm going to bed. I don't want anybody to disturb me. Middle of the night. Mr. Parker. Uh-oh. All right, I'm coming. There was Granny. So he gets on the horse and he rides down to, I don't know whether he managed to stop at Victor Tronics or not, because you see, Victor Tronics didn't have a direct line. They had to call the other place, or when he went down to Uncle Ed's place, he had a direct line. Anyway, he called the doctor, and the doctor drove as far as he could, and then he got on a horse and rode on up to the house. And Mother laughed because he had his chaps on backwards, which made sense because that was the part his leg got cold. And anyway, as they came riding into the yard, Ernest saw Mother walking around, and he swore. I guess he thought she was in bed. So anyway, they there was a sled there, and they hooked her up and took her down part of the way until Basket could pick her up and go to the rest of each town. And she got to town one day before, Daddy got there one day before Mother got there, and Beezy was born. That was that close.
Did he take a ship back from Europe? Did he sail back from Europe or did he fly?
So that was his regular route. He stopped in England momentarily and then he came on back. That was his regular route. He didn't fly or anything, that was just regular. But it just happened to be one of those coincidences, one of those things that happened.
So if he didn't fly, he took a ship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They didn't fly across much in those days.
No, I guess not. All right, well, say goodbye to Mary Jane.
Oh, goodbye, Mary Jane.